Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened one. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to understand ourselves, how this meditation practice can take us to wisdom, and what is the wisdom means, how that transformation can happen inside us. So basically, we have to know that, because once you know that, it will help for your practice. So otherwise, don't try to practice that things without knowing the background, the basic, and the path, and the destination. And you don't need to believe something because it comes from tradition, because it is very famous, because everybody accept it. You should not practice, especially your spiritual practice should develop with clarity. So before even we gain the higher level of wisdom, in the basic level, you should have that understanding. That also kind of like a conventional wisdom. So when it comes to our human life, when we born to this world from parents, traditions, cultures, and through our spiritual background, from our religions, and through our schooling system, through the education system, to universities, everywhere, this all try to teach us how to think. So that in a very conventional way, that is very important for us. From the beginning as children, it is very important. But by the time what happens, once you start to develop a method or the pattern how to think, it becomes a habit and it becomes a pattern. So once it becomes a habit and the pattern, it's become your life. So then itself, your awareness, your recognition become more deactivate, kind of like go into sleeping mode. So this surface level with the patterns and the habits, the whatever the method we develop, and we take it as a kind of like a comfort and the success and the happiness. But when it comes to this wisdom path, the wisdom is more different than that. So in conventional life, in ordinary life, it teaches us how to think. But when you develop the wisdom path, practicing meditation, tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So when you develop this method, what happens? You are capable to see these patterns that you already build up in your mind, in your life. So that is what another way we call mental formations. So those are kind of like roots coming from our understanding and behavior, patterns. So how we understand it, this is how it happens. This is the science. So once you start to observe the inhalation, exhalation, little by little, that observation take you to understand the pattern of the inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, we start with the physical, very material way. Once you start to observe the inhalation, exhalation, you recognize in the very easily you can see there is a pattern happen. So once you recognize that pattern, if you keep observe, you start to see even following that pattern, your physical and mental behavior develop a pattern. When the inhalation happens, there is a way that your body responds, there is a way your mind responds. And when the exhalation happens, there is a way your body responds, there is a way your mind responds. So those three things interconnected: breathing, body, and mind. So when you keep observe this little by little, by the time what happens, the body, mind, and the breathing settle down together. Then you don't feel any kind of separation. And then what happens, you start to see, now you see the pattern of the body, pattern of the breathing, and now you are capable to see the pattern of the mind. This means thought patterns. So that pattern, once you see that pattern yourself, you start to recognize there is a history behind the thoughts. It is just, even though when you see something, hear something, smell something, feel something, that the recognition arise, but still with that recognition, the thought pattern has a history. So once you see this, you recognize in the moment, whatever you experience it with the help of your past. So that itself giving you kind of like understanding that whatever that you experience influenced by the past, and because of that, in the moment of experience, not going to become exactly correct. So this is the basic understanding you gain out of practice. You recognize your own understanding come out of the mental view related to your past experience. So now how you go into that, it is not by thinking and kind of like an intellectual way of understanding. By observing inhalation, exhalation, you saw the pattern, and then you see how the body behave with that, how the mind behave, how the thought pattern arise, and behind that you recognize. So that is a wisdom. So when it comes to our ordinary life, everybody try to teach us how to think. But now you know, even though you think, that thinking patterns come with the preconditioned mental view. Because of that, you can't access to the reality. So then, when you are capable to understand this method, what happened, you become more slow down inside within your own thoughts before react to it. Why? Because you know there are some past experience, behavior, and mixed with the present moment of perception. So it's kind of like like a high jump people. You may have seen that before they run, they little bit move back. They little bit move back and get the strength. So this is this kind of like that what happened in your mind. Because when something you want to do, rather than go towards it, jump into it, you little bit move back first. So that will give a higher level of point of view for you to, with the clarity to understand. But if you just go with the moment, you go with the past experience. So when this ability comes to you, and then it is another way that your mind become capable to tune to the more reality. So what is the reality means? The present moment of experience that happening to you right now, right here, in this your environment. That is your reality. And your mind now not responding to your past experience, now you tune to the reality. So in that very moment, what happening then, from your past as a habitual pattern, as a kind of like a method, as a kind of like a current, and the habit and patterns, little by little slow down. Why? Because you're not responding to it. You are not be with it. Now you more tuned to the reality. And when this current come behind you with your past experience, you little bit move back. And in that very level, you drop this current, and little by little, your mental formation, your habit, your patterns become slowed down. That slowing down itself become weaker. When it become weaker, in that very moment, the moment of realization become more and more stronger because it gain more space. Rather than these patterns or the methods interfering to the present moment, now your awareness more tuned to the present moment or of the reality. And in that very moment, this become more slow down, this become more stronger. And when it becomes stronger, we bring another ability for that clarity, that is the thoroughly, deeply, vigorously analyze. It is just, you're not going to accept it itself. You see the reality, but now you, without using your past experience, in the present moment, you use the awareness and you analyze. So you analyze the reality. Reality means the present moment of with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, perception. What you perceive. So when that analyze come together with the realize that the reality, that is where your realization comes. Your reality, you analyze thoroughly, deeply, vigorously, and as a result of that, there is some new knowledge come, new wisdom arise in you in the moment. It is not based on your past experience. It is not based on your patterns or the habits. That doesn't mean it's going to disappear, vanish. No, but this becomes stronger. This becomes strong. It's going to be there. It's kind of like when you have a kind of like a high value note, maybe the coins, going to be there in your pocket or wallet, somewhere, but that doesn't mean it's going to affect for your payments with this high value note. It's there. So it has a value. It is there. It's not going to vanish. It's not, but this payment, this transaction, you can do it properly because you have a high value currency. So like that, when that realization comes to you, in the moment of understanding, the clarity you gain with the clear awareness, tuning to the present moment. So once you have it, you are more capable to understand what is happening right now, right here. And it within yourself first. And once you get that what happened, your point of view going to shift. So remember in the beginning, our point of view based on the habit, patterns and methods, and we use thinking ability using that point of view. But now your point of view become more fresh, clear. With that clarity, when you see something, what happens that whatever you experience around your environment, you're going to recognize it as it is. And not only that, you recognize how things come to be as they are. And when you recognize that how things come to be as they are, in the moment what you experience, on the top of that, you're not going to stuck with the effort that came out of the incident. You recognize behind that incident, there are more other reasons happen. So then you tune into the causation. And when you're capable to develop your point of view with the base of the causation, what happens, your perception become more expand. It's not going to become more narrow, little way of understanding. It become more expand. And then just imagine when somebody come to you and tell, oh, that person blamed me. And so you're not going to just hold into that, oh, he blamed you. So like that, no. You start to expand it. Because there maybe there is a, now, things happen as a result of many reasons. Or maybe somebody come and tell, this broken, this doesn't work. Oh, I can't open this. So in that very moment, you're not going to just point out to the only for that moment, the place. Because your point of view now more open and based with the causation, that's mean you are not focusing to one reason. Now you have many reasons. You are capable to understand many reasons. It's a kind of like a science. It's kind of like a mechanism. You develop. And when you develop that mechanism, there is a transformation happen in you. So what is that transformation? Remember in the beginning, I mentioned the society, the culture, tradition, this everything, schooling system, everything teach us how to think. Now your transformation happens when you are capable to develop your point of view with the help of with the base of causation, rather than that how to think. You are capable to recognize yourself what to think. So that is a totally different thing. Rather than how to think, if you are capable to get into the moment, just imagine our thinking mind always happening in us. So in that very moment, if you recognize what to think, and not only that, there is some other more wisdom come to you, what to think and when you have to think. You tune into the timing also. And then you develop that pattern become your how to think pattern. So it based with the what to think and when. Just imagine that you are at home doing some work. So then maybe you start to think something else. And in that very moment you recognize, oh, I am doing this work. And then I have to think about this work. And when to think. So right now, right here, it's not later. Then sometimes we say, oh, I think about later. You know, when a discussion happens, oh, I will think about later. See, you think that in the moment discussion happens, but you take that all the evidence and then you're going to think later. So that's mean what? You're going to bring your past experience and try to analyze the situation. Maybe you come to the kind of like a solution, but that solution always based on in the very conventional level of life. It's not going to give you a permanent kind of like a very successful result, even for yourself. But now you come to the point what to think. So then always just imagine in your mind, and maybe things go crazy. You know, it happened to all of us. And then sometimes then you can question why I have to think about this. See, you gain the wisdom what to think. Once you know what to think, you good. And then it is very easy for you to when to think, to tune into the timing. But if you don't know what to think, and if you base with the how to think, then it's going to become very difficult. So this is the wisdom, this is the transformation happen in you. Now your point of view based with the causation, and at the same time, and out of that with the perception that what you perceive, that all the analytical mind come out of your thinking power with the exactly tuning to the moment. And then you know your mind and the environment and all the physical actions, everything come together. So once you have that, what else you need? In that very moment, you generate some kind of connection within yourself. Your thought tuning to the body, your thought tuning to the timing, your thought tuning to the action. And not only that, that action not bound to kind of like a self-centered view related to the past. It related to the awareness, and that self-centered view is related to the causation. So when it comes to that, in the moment of experience becomes so rich. That is what you need. And when you become rich with that deeper experience, that itself your outcome going to become more rich. So that outcome more related to the loving kindness, compassion, and the wisdom, that is the highest. But in the conventional life, how to think, we develop patterns and then look at the world, think, oh, atomic power is this science is the great, or nuclear is the most powerful thing. So like that, people go with this material world, but they neglect the most powerful thing. And then it is kind of like a sabotage, because when we don't know how to take care, the most important thing within ourselves, we are the one who destroying it. So that's what happened in the world also. So then remember in this wisdom path that when you develop this method yourself, you are tuning little by little, you grow and tuning and opening and get connect and harness with the highest level of human intellect. So that is your point of view based with the causation and tuning to the reality right now, right here, with the analytical mind, not by, based with the faith or the fear or acceptance. No, with the analytical mind, and you tuning to the realization. With that realization, you develop your recognition right now, right here. And then what happened? That recognition, not bound to, not tangled to anything. It's just imagine it's a moment by moment process. Then you gain the liberation. That liberation means you become free from you. That the you means you are, I am experiencing this. This is my history. This is me. I come from this place, that place, and even from this parent. And not only that, some people believe, oh, I come from past life, this, that, like that. So, but now you're releasing from that all, and you become more free in the moment. Why? Because you are not depending from the past. And not only that, you not hold it to any kind of experience separately as a permanent entity, because your awareness based with the causation, and it happened because of many reasons. See, now your perception and the perceiver both, even though it experience things, not going to develop any concrete, permanent, self-centered point of view. You become free, observer become free, and what you observe become free. Subject become free, object become free. Perception become free, the perceiver become free. That freedom itself we take as liberation, transformation, salvation, and also as the Nibbana. While you're living, you're not bound to any names or the forms. So with that, let's get into the practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. And be comfortable with your posture, and bring your attention to your body, please, and scan head to toes. And say Suapat Peva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. And take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, through the sensation of it, recognize it and do nothing extra. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. So don't try to verbalize your experience. Just develop your observation. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. So we cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. So expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it. with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjisami Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.